Hey everyone, Matt Sterling here, your fitness transformation coach, and today I want to share with you how you can get 3D shoulders, right? So we all know that when you have those 3D shoulders, it's what's really going to give you that aesthetic physique. So man or woman, we all want to have a little bit of that V-taper going on. We all want to look good when we, turn to the side and not look like we have sloping shoulders. And from the rear, if you're a lady and you're wearing an open back dress, that kind of thing, nice shoulders is a sexy thing, right? Plus, it has many benefits. But the way that I think, that you can start addressing that in your workouts is by hitting that body part first, which is right here, right? So what gives you the 3D shoulders? More often than not, for most individuals, is your rear delt. So I'm gonna show you a few movements that you can use today at the beginning of your workout. You can use them in the sequence of the workout at all, or at any point in the workout, but I like to do this at the beginning, right? To get that area prioritized and just initiated before I go do all my other movements. Because if I start off with a lot of heavy presses, all that kind of stuff, and time's like starting to get the best of me, it's easy to leave those small movements out. So I'm gonna have you do them at the very beginning, right? So check this out. I'm gonna show you how we can do some external rotations with some tension on them, as opposed to doing dumbbells like this, where there is no horizontal tension happening at all. And you can simply just hop on some cables, do the same movement, but have that horizontal tension, right? So check this out. Watch my hand position. We can use a few variations that I like to do. So first one, I'm just gonna have you straight up like so, okay? So step back in the cable machine so that way when you come out to this point with the cable, the tension is gonna be the hardest, okay? So if you're in here, you start to lose tension as you come across your body and it looks a little silly, right? So come out a little bit, right? So at this point, I'm gonna retract my shoulder blades back, arms are level with the floor, and then from here, I just extend out to that point, that's it, right? So all I'm gonna do is just rep through this, right? So 8 to 12 repetitions, just go nice and slow, get a peak contraction there at the top of the movement, and really try and feel that posterior deltoid, right? So think about that area that you're trying to round out to sculpt out those shoulders, and that's it, right? So I have that happening. So you'll notice my hand position is a palm down, and if I simply open up my palm, it does change the movement. It takes a little bit more torque to get that cable back, right? So check this out. So I have my arms like so, my hands like so, same thing, right? I can already feel these guys engaged. I'm only using 5 pounds per side. So now, same idea, come out, that's it. So we're just getting that external rotation happening, getting a lot of blood flow in that area before I go and do the rest of my shoulder workout, okay? So that's it, I can really feel these. I'm trying to retract and protract those shoulder blades a little bit, okay? And that's it. So I can really feel these, right? So again, we're trying to think about this muscle right here. So now what I'm gonna do is, if you can see this on the camera, is do a different variation of a row. I can just grab a plate, right? So from here, I'll stand up nice and tall. And all I wanna do is just think about jacking my elbow up to the ceiling. That's it. So I'm just gonna simply pull up. So this is actually not a very uncommon movement if you think about it, if you're just picking something up off the floor, right? But when I get to the top and I hang out right here, this guy that we're talking about here all day is doing all of the work. So that's all I want you to do is think about good posture, jack that elbow up, and think about that rear delt the whole time. So again, I just do 8 to 12 reps, hang out there if I'm having trouble finding that muscle, hang out at the top, squeeze it, right? So I would work through these movements, right? Do this overhand, do underhand, do 8 to 12 reps per side of those, and then follow me over here. I'll show you another variation of hitting these rear delts, right? And changing your arm position, okay? So good variations here that we can do. So I'm gonna have you take a seat here. On this one, what I want you to think about is when you're retracting your shoulder blades, try not to be here in this position where they're fully retracted and you're using those traps a lot. Think about having them the opposite, protracted out, and then pulling back with your rear delts. So the movement is a lot different. You don't have all those assisting muscles helping, right? So we're just trying to use the rear delt now, okay? So, very simple in nature. You've seen this movement, right? It's in your general gym circuit. Same idea that I showed you with the cable of flipping those hands over, just like this, you can do here, right? So now same thing, push to the ceiling, to the wall in front of me, right? And then extend out, that's it. So I'm gonna suggest that as you get to the top of the movement right here, just kind of hang out there, think about the muscle you're trying to initiate, and flex the heck out of it, okay? And squeeze it back. That's it. So same thing, right? Don't worry about necessarily how many reps you're doing. If you're really trying to build up a weak muscle, a body part that is, not sticking out like the rest, you probably need to think about engaging it first and getting the nervous system connected with the muscle in your brain and saying, hey, muscle, fire off, right? So beyond that, the other reason I like to do this is because it feels, again, like my shoulders are really saturated. I talked about this in one of my videos a few weeks ago when I go to do my chest workout and working opposing muscle groups. But when I work all these little guys and get them really warm and saturated before I go into the major prime movements like my overhead presses, I have a good pump already happening, right? And I can see it, I can feel it, and I just go into the rest of the workout feeling great. So I want you guys to give this a try, and ladies, all right, build up those sexy 3D shoulders, get more of that V-taper happening with some very simple exercises, all right? So I hope this helps you. Like it, share it, leave some comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys like about the video and what more you want me to put out there for you. But otherwise, I'll see you at the next one, all right? Thanks.